Welcome back to the shop. Well, it's finally happening. I'm getting all of the bench tools off the floor and onto carts. Today's build is a shop cart. It's a simple and easy cart to build. Easily built in a weekend. It's just made out of 3/4 inch plywood. The design for this cart is basically something that I picked up quite a few years ago from Norm Abrams, the New Yankee Workshop, when he was building an assembly table. It's similar to an aircraft frame that's very light, but yet very strong. Thank you for watching this video, and please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the build. First, I broke the plywood down into more manageable pieces on the table saw. Then I cut the strips that'll make up the legs and the rails. Now each leg is made up of 2 pieces of plywood. One is 3 inches wide and the other one is 2 1/4 inches wide. That way when they come together, each side will be 3 inches. Now to assemble the legs, I'm using pocket hole screws. Imagine that. Have I mentioned how much I like pocket hole screws? In assembling the legs, again, glue and screws. Spread out the glue to have a uniform film. When using pocket hole screws, it's a good idea to clamp the material together before you screw the screws in. Pocket hole screws are pretty strong, but even in this, the majority of the strength in this joint comes from the glue. Building the legs like this creates a very strong but lightweight leg. It's usually pretty easy to bend plywood, even 3/4 of an inch, when they're cut in strips like this. But as you can see, when building it like this, I can't bend it at all. Now for the rails, on one set of rails, I am putting 1 pocket hole screw. And on the rest of them, I'm only using regular screws. So I'm pre-drilling and countersinking for those screws. Then it's a matter of assembly. Again, glue and screws. Make sure you spread the glue out. It creates a much better bond when you spread it out. And there's one of the completed sides. Like I said, it kind of looks like an aircraft frame. Very strong, but very light. Now I use the other rails to put the 2 ends together. Again, glue and screws. And here's where that 1 pocket hole screw comes into play. Just using that 1 pocket hole screw will draw that board nice and tight into the other one. And then I also use 2 regular screws to secure it to the other side of the leg. What would a shop cart be that you can't roll around? So, in order to get some casters on there, I'm just placing a block of wood on the corner of each leg. And this block will also hold the bottom shelf. And then just a matter of screwing the casters in. And there's the frame completed. It rolls around easily and it's strong and lightweight. Now the top is just another piece of 3/4 inch plywood. I just measured out That's so the overhang was equal all around. To attach the top, I'm just using pocket hole screws. I'm not even gluing it. I clamp it down to secure it and then drive the pocket hole screws in. And there she is. There's the bottom shelf installed with my sander on it. And there's my planer off the floor and onto the cart. Shop carts like this are so convenient, especially when you have benchtop tools like this and you have a small shop where you need to move things around all the time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And remember, all you woodworkers out there, just get out there and cut some wood.